Second half kicking off here. The snow getting heavier here in Kansas. The Jayhawks and the Utes. Jayhawks getting rocked right now. For those of you that stuck around, those of you that came back, either believes that Kansas is going to pull off this massive comeback, or they just want to see Utah maybe go for 100 in this one. Spencer asked, did you play football back in the day? I did not. I played street hockey, inline hockey, and I gave ice hockey a little run, but oh my God, the snow's getting heavier. But no football. We're just catching up on the chats. Okay, Alfred knocked away. That probably would have been a decent receiver. I always had good catching, you know. Do a little catch, but didn't have a car. Folks are always working, so you know how that goes. Alfred keeps it himself. 12-yard rush up the gut. Any of you guys football players out there? Spencer, WX, SK Money, you're all big sports guys. Next time I'm in Sarasota, let's get the clan out the field to run some routes. The what? I don't know. I don't know if you can say it. Alfred is on the scramble here. We need to force another fumble here. We got everyone joining us for the second half. We got Spencer. We got SK Money. We got Dan the Legend. Intramural, do they still do that? They still do intramural? Where can you sign up for that? Screen pass. Miller staying on his feet. Did not get the first down. Well, Kansas might be going for back-to-back touchdowns right now. 3rd and inches for the Jayhawks. Who won the 2023 XFL Championship in the final score? Final score, couldn't tell you that, but it was the Arlington Renegades because that was my favorite XFL team on the second year. My favorite team the first time, well, the first time was the Orlando Rage. But then when they brought the XFL back, it was the New York Guardians, and the Guardians didn't come back. So, I don't know. Who's the coordinator? Maybe Mike McCoy or something with all these runs. I almost went with the Orlando Guardians because it was the same nickname, and I live in Florida. But I'm a big Kyle Sloter fan. He was a former Bronco, and he played on my favorite USFL team. And then the Renegades had drafted him. So then I went with the Renegades, and they traded for Luis Perez. Had a great playoff run and beat the 10-1 DC Defenders. Let's see, one more score. Maybe we go to a running clock.
That brings up 2nd and 5.
Ooh, they did a good job. You know about WX, man? You know about setting the edge? They just set the edge right there. That is how you set the edge. Army, they're in a fight right now with unranked Connecticut. Spencer, what are your thoughts on the Vegas Raiders cleaning house? Yes, at the time of this stream, the Vegas Raiders fired Josh McDaniels, fired the GM. They've had enough. Cross gets sacked. Tried to step up and scramble. Yeah, I mean, obviously in the game against the Lions, that was the most recent game that happened at the time of this stream. Because some folks might be watching this on YouTube. This is going to come out, I think, March 4th and 5th on YouTube. So for those of you that are watching on Twitch, this is when this time was. There was frustrations. Devontae Adams, Fresno State guy, Brandon Gary just got lit up right there. He got frustrated. Helmet got thrown down. He was angry. Garoppolo was missing passes. I think they said Garoppolo is going to be benched coming up in this game this weekend. And my God, that guy went to a Super Bowl. It's crazy, like the Super Bowl quarterbacks, Grossman and Garoppolo, and you got guys that go to a Super Bowl and they just struggle the rest of their career. You would think once you went to a Super Bowl once, he'd be a made man, but, you know. Testaverde Jr., is he out there? Vinny Jr.? But yeah, it'll be interesting. Broncos fan. Josh McDaniel was a part of the team. I know he got let go after whatever happened in England. I always kind of wished that, you know, the Broncos, Josh McDaniels did give us a 6-0 year. Finished at 8-8, but it was a 6-0 year. I kind of wanted to see what he would have done with Tebow, because he was the one that drafted him. John Fox kind of just felt like he didn't want any part of Tebow on the team, and they kind of forced his hand, and the guy won you a playoff game, and they kicked him to the curb for Peyton Manning. Could have kept Tebow on the team and had him ready to go after Peyton retired. Instead, we've been playing quarterback roulette for the last 8 years, but that's neither here nor there. Who's picking the plays? Can we look at coordinators in this? I know you can outside of. Let's see. Can we look at coordinators? Is that possible in-game, or do you have to go outside of the game? I don't think you can. I'll tell you what, after the game, maybe as a special treat for SK or for WX Man, we'll look at who Kansas's offensive coordinator is, so he can get the answer to the question of who's calling these plays. We might have a little bit more time if we go to a running clock, but we haven't had scoring in a while. We have not had scoring in a long time. It has been the defenses coming up now. Bill Bradford, 80 yards now on the ground. We haven't even gotten into clock chewing mode here. Auburn, they're in a tight contest with South Carolina. Jerome Perry, get the first down. Come on. 10 of 11 for Andrew Cross. I think SK Money's got to be blushing over there seeing how good Andrew Cross is playing. We got the Buffaloes up next. No Deion Sanders in this game. And we've had Buffalo's number, the Colorado Buffaloes number, whether we were in the Pac-16 or in the Big 12, where we all are now. They've gotten us a couple times here or there, but for the most part, over the last 20 seasons, I think we've won 16 times against Colorado. Hand off to Bradford. Kansas defense has got the stop on Bill Bradford. Yeah, SK was gonna pull the scholarship. It's a long time. I tried to bench. I've benched Andrew Cross a number of times, but he always finds a way to get back in the lineup. The guy is resilient. Nice throw, nice catch by Jason Newton. We're doing the best throws and catches in the worst weather.
That makes it first and goal.
We need to play Kansas, and we need to play in the snow every single week. An athletic director? Probably not, considering we've won the national title 4 times in 20 seasons. It's like Nick Saban level right there. Kansas might need a new offensive coordinator, though. I think they'll take you over there. Texas State, they're not making a good claim. We're going to get a face mask call. They're struggling against Portland State right now. Number 2. And, it's rare for the committee to put these mid-major teams in that position. We've seen the game be very generous with, Army and Central Florida and Marshall and Central Michigan before. The only one of the bunch that's ever won was Army beating Syracuse in the national championship a number of years ago. Miami, Ohio got the college football playoff opportunity. There's the touchdown for Utah. Miami, Ohio 2 years ago got the committee's opportunity. They're the only undefeated team, and they got blown out by Oklahoma. So Texas State, as of right now, set up in the college football playoff. They would be playing Ohio State, who is number 3. Let's look at a studio update here. And we're tied. Bowl eligibility on the line. The losing team will lose their bowl eligibility. Can't go for 2 up this much. Come on. I would get a fine for. I'd get a running up the score kind of fine. They take me right out. Oh, look at this. Kansas. So Kansas now, it's now a 6-touchdown game for the Jayhawks. We'll go ahead and put it into clock chewing mode now. We might change it back if Kansas scores. We're going to bring the heavy pressure. That's right, Spencer. Spencer says not a... Well, you guys can read it on the screen because I got the chat on the screen. It's about respect. Respect for your opponent. Respect for WX Man. Respect for the Jayhawks. Texas State. Watch Texas State. Only up by 3 against Portland State. That could be an FCS upset in the making. Alfred. Watches the pocket collapse and just slings that one out of bounds. Let's, while we got some time, since it is kind of a blowout, and Texas State could potentially be a playoff team, playoffs, I'm going to go on our Patreon page, patreon.com/TBSports27, and look at the Utah stat book. That was an awful pass. No respect for SK Money. He sold me Blue Chews in there, the tilted one. Be careful with the Blue Chews. Texas State. We had a 3-game series years and years ago with Texas State. Bringing up these scores here. Oh, I don't have all the scores. Okay, I know I lost to them one year. We beat them 38-8, and then we beat them 10-7. I'll have to look. Maybe the 10-7 game's the one I'm remembering, where it was like we almost got beat by them. I don't know. I'll have to check the archives. Hand off to Bill Bradford. We'll do it all after the game. We'll look at the archives. We'll look at who the offensive coordinator is. Then we'll do the post-game show. If Blue Chew wants to be a sponsor, you know, I'll take that. I'll take that Chew money. Bradford. Well, you can't run out the clock if we're end of the first quarter. So fourth quarter, sponsored by, not sponsored by, I don't know if you can even say that because I think on YouTube you have to say we're not, but you know, we'll be sponsored by. But if you want to help us get sponsored and make us feel like we're on Blue Chew, you can sign up, or not sign up. Well, I guess you can sign up, but all the different TB Sports places. Did I say end of the first quarter, end of the third quarter? Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, Streamlabs, Ko-Fi. You make us feel like we're on the Blue Chew. 3rd and 9. We got to pass it here. Andrew Cross, under duress, just eats a sack. And if Blue Chew's not enough for you, maybe you want to become a Clubhouse member. TB Sports 27. All the different Clubhouse Patreon members. Again, we're going to go after this. We're going to have the post-game show. We're going to look at bowl projections. We're going to look at stats. We're going to see how Colorado is looking. Hey, give Kansas credit now. Give Kansas credit. Jonathan Harrigan. Give Kansas credit. They have held Utah. Now it's 35-0. Remember that first half, Utah, first quarter, 35-0. Have only allowed 2 touchdowns since then. They've kept Utah humble in this one. Who's John Harrigan? And this big Patreon guy. Might be on the Discord as well. Alfred, he's going to try to run it. Oh, got all kinds of room. He's looking like Johnny Manziel with the number 2 on his jersey. Rushing forward. No, the starters are all still in there. It's still a 6-touchdown game. Still a lot of time left in this one. K-State still, the stadium is full. Alfred to take off. Another first down. He's a runner. 14 carries. We got to get a QB spy on him. Let's see. Play type. Start watching this guy. Where's our QB? Oh, fiddle faddle. We got to get our QB spy formation. Alfred wide open is Henley, and another first down for the Jayhawks. Kansas is not going away yet. They still got the fight. They got the Jayhawk fight. All right, where is this QB spy? Man, zone, special. Man, zone. I thought this game let you just... Oh, my God. I thought this game had it where you can just do all the QB spy plays. Well, we're just going to have to try our best. Army, Connecticut scores. Makes that a bit of a shorter lead over Army. Texas State, and down goes Alfred. One too many rushes. So now the backup comes in. Backup QB in the game for the Jayhawks. Who we got in there? Number 5. I don't know. It doesn't have much size to him. It's Adams, and Adams is gonna run it. His leg about got, tied up right there. Guy almost got snapped. Come on. But this is what WX Man's been asking for, the backups. 3rd and 8. Alfred incomplete. Alfred back in, so he was able to shake off the injury. I don't know what if they're a little blitz league, or maybe they got a blue chew. Kick it, field goal. You want to play lawyer ball. You're down by 6 touchdowns. Here it is, 4th down, pressure on Alfred. It's caught by Henley. He's had a pretty big game. 4 catches for 46 yards. Luke Henley. It looks like a basketball court back there. What's that half circle? Back of the end zone. 5.5 to go. Jayhawks are losing a lot of time. They need to snap the football quick. They're still trying to stay in this option mode. I think you just got to run it. The guy's got a good completion percentage. Thank you, Spencer. I did a little high school play-by-play back in the day at Crampton Bowl. Sidney Lanier, Jeff Davis, Carver. I called a Nick Mullins game at Spain Park. They did a preseason game at the Crampton Bowl. So at least I can say I called the game of an NFL player. Well, tell them to sign me up. I'm here. TV Sports, you need me to call your game? I've done games at Riverwalk Stadium, Crampton Bowl. Oh, Alfred rocked again. So 4th and goal. This is... I'd pay millions. Well, if you want to pay millions, I mean, there you go. Streamlabs.com. If you got millions to give. In pistol formation, Alfred on the run. Touchdown, Jayhawks. 35-point game, but by God, they're still in it. Should they go for 2? They're not going for 2. They're just going to take the extra point. You got the poll at UCF? I have a UCF national champion shirt. Wore that thing in Alabama. So K-State, that's a high-scoring game. Look at this one. 4 touchdowns for F. George. It's F. George. I would imagine they got to do an onside kick here, right? Look at that. Did you see that? Portland State took the lead. You guys are going to want to stay tuned to Patreon to see if that upset goes down. Onside kick. That was a tight one, but Lewis Gardner picks it up for the Utes, and now we just got to run out the clock. That was the guy's name, F. George. Aaron Judge, he's okay. Well, I'm disappointed we didn't get close to 100. The way this team put up 35 right in the beginning, you would think that 100 would be within the realm of possibility, but that Kansas defense, they bucked up on us. I thought we were in clock chewing mode. Why isn't the clock running down? Let's talk to the coordinator again. Hey, I thought we were in clock chewing mode. What happened here? Did I put the wrong thing? Oh, I put the wrong thing on. Oh, that's why I put the wrong thing on conservative. I put my defensive play. That's why the quarterback was scrambling. God. Why didn't anyone stop me? Looking like such an idiot. All right, now we're in clock chewing mode. Handoff. Bradford. First down. We might just hit that 50. Yeah, Kansas not calling the timeouts. Jayhawks hanging on to them. Maybe they want time for that. They got more first downs than us. They're killing us with the first downs. Texas State has reclaimed the lead. Is the committee going to keep Texas State in the top 4? They're in a fight right now with Portland State of the FCS. I mean, we barely run over 30 plays. SK wants 50. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I can't pass it, though. We got to have respect. Spencer said we have to have respect. Under a minute. I don't know. Unless Aaron Price. Oh, here we go. Maybe we will break 50. I can't talk. I'm so excited. Because we're about to go 11-0, which is going to be 32 wins in a row for Utah. I used to sit on the hill behind the goal. That hill right there. At one of those tents. You were the tent guy, weren't you? Aaron Price. At Troy, they let you go to the games for free. Penn State's an OT with Michigan State. Yeah, you can go to all the games. Baseball, football. I knew a guy at Troy, he paid for baseball games for like a year because he didn't know you can get in for free. There you go. There's your 50. Only 20 seconds to go. A valiant effort for the Kansas Jayhawks. They gave it their all. Richardson, extra point, good. Piece McNugget. And there it is. There's your final. So Kansas State bowl game still alive. For Missouri, their bowl hopes are over. We had Baylor knock off Texas Tech, so Texas Tech is not going to a bowl game. But Baylor is bowl eligible with that win at 6-5. What other scores we got? Come on, what other scores? Nothing. All right. 20 seconds to go. How do I bet? You can go to... I should... Oh, we got the parlay. You can go to any of these fine websites on the right side of your screen. Patreon, Streamlab, Ko-Fi. Place a bet. I don't think you'll win anything. the only... You're supposed to set me up. I think Spencer set me up with the OnlyFans. What would my content be? I'm good with my hands, from what I've been told. All right, time is ticking down. 10 seconds left. Kansas not even bothering with the timeout. They might run one more play here. They are. It's a handoff. Don't know why they even try. And the Utes go to 11-0. 32 wins in a row. Going into the game finale with Colorado. Jason Newton, your player of the game. 2 touchdowns. They're all cold. What did he say? What did who say? All right, after this, as an exclusive for WX Man, we're going to take a look at who the Kansas offensive coordinator is. And what else were we going to look at? Oh, we're going to look at the history of Texas State. I know we played them 3 times. Oh, man, you guys are the greatest. If it wasn't a work night, I would do a second game. But, you know, you got to get ready. Got to get ready for the grind the next day. Another great episode. Yeah, midweek we can usually only do an hour. Weekend though, weekend we can go a little longer. TB. Oh man, well we're losing WX money. No, stay at WX. We're gonna look at your offensive coordinator here. We're gonna look at the offensive coordinator for you. We'll get it quick. Oh, there's the fumble Rooski. Weekend though, I don't know what we'll stream this weekend. Maybe more football. 2K. WWE 2K, Mario Wonder, big Mario game. Let me save these. Let me save these pictures. I like having the pictures, so I can look back and be like, "Oh yeah, that game." Closer game, I hope. The Colorado game, I don't know. We usually got Colorado's number. While we're loading here, I'll read you some scores. Actually, do you want the past scores from Colorado? I can do the past Kansas scores, too. Let's see. Last year, these are all written down. Google Docs. Or on our Patreon page. Colorado, 49-14. Kansas, 60-10. The year before that, a win at Colorado, 23-7, and beat Kansas 35-10. The year after that, or the year before that, Colorado 42-0, Kansas 69-17. Year before that, oh, we weren't in the Big 12. After that, so we've whooped up Kansas, but then after that, it's Colorado 50-10, Colorado 45-31. Those are all wins. They beat us at some point here, 42-10 against Colorado, 25-0. So we haven't lost to Colorado in a long time. 31-20. I know there's some Colorado losses in here. 38-0. Forget about it. Overtime in Colorado, 37-34. These are all still wins. There's a loss. There we go. Season 8, we lost to Colorado 34-24. So there's some scores. Again, we'll look at the rest of these scores for our Clubhouse members on Patreon, but you can at least get a little peek right there. Auburn survives. But we're going to look at the offensive coordinator because he was wondering who the heck was calling the plays for Kansas. Be your offensive coordinator right there. Autosave, come on. Forget about it. So we got to go to coaching contracts, I believe. No. Coach info, maybe? Yeah, here we go. All right. I mean, we can peek. Well, first we'll do Kansas, but we can see who's kind of still coaching these days. This many years into the future. What year are we even on? So Big 12. So can you sort it by? Yeah, here we go. Sort by team. So Kansas. Head coach is Mark Smith, and offensive coordinator is Kevin Johnson. Who's Kevin Johnson? Is that a real coach? Kevin Johnson, football coach. Let's ask Google here. A graduate assistant coach with the University of Iowa. I mean, that's a pretty common name. What about Mark Smith? Mark Smith, football coach. Google. He is a linebackers coach at Colorado. So there's big ups for him. Let's look at the coaches real quick before we wrap this one up. We'll do head coaches, alphabetical here, or should we go like the best coach, who's got the best prestige? So we got Joe Summers from Army. You guys are getting a little inside scoop here. So we got Joe Summers from Army. We got Troy Calhoun with Fresno. These are the best of the best coaches right now. A+. You got Brian Harsin, former Boise and Auburn coach, doing his thing at Iowa. Good career record there. Urban Meyer, 314 wins, 20 years at Ohio State. His heart must have held out better in the virtual world. Look at that. And he's won a number of national titles, too. I think Ohio State's won 2 or 3 national titles in our 20 years. Luke Wells, 7 years at Oklahoma. We got Brandon Barnes. He's had a really good run with Tennessee. You can see 96 wins with the Tennessee Vols. Gary Anderson, is that the kicker? Is that the kicker we got on our Commanders team? So Texas State, I think did they win? I don't know. We'll have to see on Patreon. But 7 years at Texas State. He's got him at number 2 for right now. Rhett Lashley, he's got them turned around at USF. There's Coach TV Sports, 200. We got 100 wins to go to catch up to Urban Meyer's. A 207-37 record at Utah, 17 seasons at Utah, 1 year as a defensive coordinator at Florida State, 1 year head coach with Wyoming, and the 20th season, which is right now. 15-4 bowl record, pretty solid all the way around. We got Lane Kiffin. Kiffin at Utah State, his first year at Utah State. Not a good career. I mean, a better than 500 career record. Let's see what we got. Any other big names? Pat Fitzgerald. Muschamp. 21 years for Muschamp at Florida. 185 wins. Wow. Steckel, he's won some national titles at Georgia Tech. We got Brandon Cook, 12 years at Miami. He's turned that Miami program around. Dan Oliver. John Butler's had some good years. Scott Frost, look at that. Coach Frost, 130 and 86. I bet Nebraska fans would love to see that. Now you're starting to get kind of the Jimbo. Jimbo might be Dunyon rings in where he is with Texas A&M, but he's doing good with Auburn. 221 career wins. All right, let's go to the bottom of the barrel now. Let's see who might be getting fired. Who's the worst off? Adam Mack on the hot seat. We got Richard Britt, 0-10 in his UConn career. The UConn. Harrison. I remember they fired me, my old coach. Joe Clemens, not looking good. Chris Harris. Oh, man. ULM mentioned there. David Doyle. Jesse Brown. Michael Jordan. Come on. Brett Venables. Oh, no. Not doing too good. Sonny Crumby. We got another game with South Alabama. All right. The chat's died down, so I think what folks wanted to see here, they've seen all that. Let me see if that one Texas State game is in here. Because I know a lot of the highlights kind of started falling off the list. But we'll see if Texas State is still in there. Because you got to... Yeah. Oh, that's right. It's on my other save file. Because this is when I started doing... Yeah, they're not all going to be on here because I started doing the college football playoff with this. So, Kansas. See what unis we wore that time. So, the other file I have, Kansas wore the white and gray last time. Blew them out. So, all right. TB Sports on Patreon, the TB Sports Clubhouse. Join us for the post-game report. If you guys want to see what everything looks like going into the college football playoffs, and we're going to look at some stats as well, join us over at the Clubhouse, Patreon. Thanks for tuning in. We had a rockin' chat. You guys are the best. Spencer, WX Man, SK Money, the main guys. We had Dan the Legend joining us. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. TB Sports 27.